We're joined now by attorney Karen Nance. She's a defense attorney, former prosecutor with experience in cases involving children. Karen, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate being here.
Obviously, the fact that, we're talking about a victim and suspect, who are both children, it really makes this case more horrific in many people's eyes. But, that massive difference in a possible sentence for the suspect, life in prison versus 7 years in prison, how common is that?
Unfortunately, as we just heard, it's all too common. And the reality is that our brains aren't developed till we're at least 25. In some cases, people say 30. So we're talking about someone who's 14 years old, an eighth grader, in terms of the person that's been arrested, who doesn't have a formation of his brain fully yet, and it made this horrific decision. If proven, and that would only be if he is certified back to juvenile court, he'll only be entitled to hearing in front of a judge and not in front of a jury. So that all those factors that were discussed in terms of his criminal background, if he has any, his family background, all those come into play when making a decision. One, if he is found guilty or found that he has committed this crime, what the penalty should be for him. So there are a lot of factors that need to be taken into consideration. And of course, the victim and their family and what they've gone through is really horrific.
Well, absolutely. Okay, well, let's kind of like take a closer look at both sides here. What are the prosecutors and defense attorneys' strategies as of right now?
Well, from the news, we know that there has been a statement made by the person that's incarcerated, the 14-year-old. So we have to assume that he was read his Miranda rights, and knowing that he had a right to remain silent and that he had a right to an attorney. And so that's the first thing that the defense, his attorneys have to establish, that all the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed, that he was read his rights and that he waived those rights and made a voluntary statement to the police and the authorities in terms of his involvement and what he actually did in this particular case. So that's what the prosecution has to prove. And the defense, his attorneys have to prove that they did everything that they were supposed to in terms of making sure that it was legally done and that they abided by all the rules and of the Constitution with this particular case.
All right, Karen Nance, thank you so much, defense attorney. We appreciate your time today walking us through some of the strategies there behind this case. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.